I wanted to ask you a question. How does one work on self-belief? I feel like I doubt myself a lot in terms of like with anything, with videos and like, but I'm just speaking specifically about like fighting because I'm fighting soon and it's like Golden Gloves and it's like people are telling me no, you'll be fine, you'll do fine, but like I believe it, but part of me doesn't, and I kind of don't feel like good about that. I kind of want to fully believe that,
I would tell you the same thing I'll tell anybody else. Like, obviously, like, I'm human and I struggle with self-belief just like everybody else does. I don't know. I feel like as long as you're pushing yourself and challenging yourself to be better and do more and achieve more challenging things, that fear or doubt is always going to be a part of the equation because you're moving into uncharted territory. And if your brain if you haven't physically experienced this before, then the doubt, like the fear and the doubt, I would say the caution. The caution is a natural response to not having enough evidence in this sort of environment. I think a lot of times we confuse caution with fear or doubt of like, because my brain is trying to process the idea of how this could turn out, good or bad. Oftentimes we lean towards the bad because, again, our brains are programmed to avoid suffering and discomfort. So, going into an uncharted territory, you're gonna consider all the things that could go wrong. So yeah, like your mind's going to consider what could go wrong. That's a natural part of the human experience because our brains are trying to protect us. That's like survival. I think it's understanding that is just a part of the process and not associating storylines like with that. I feel like we always want to, like, there's no, it's just a part. It's a natural part of it.
It's not something you can just like get rid of.
Yeah, because you can't get rid of it, because if we get rid of that, like when you numb some, you numb them all. If you numb if you numb the fear, doubt, and insecurities, and you numb the joy, gratitude, and appreciation. You know what I mean? So it's like you need to have, like, that's part of the whole human experience. The whole spectrum. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. That actually, it's just
it's not a bad thing that you feel that.
Yeah, it's not. It's like it's my first fight. Like, I've never fought before. So it's like, it's when you said like your brain is always looking for evidence,
or the ways to protect you too.
Ways to protect. It's interesting because like I broke my nose like 2 months ago, and now that's like big on my mind. Like what if I break my nose? Like when I'm sparring, like what if I break my nose? Like
100%.
So
that was just experience that that you didn't like, so your brain is trying to protect you and give you all the warning signs in advance that this may not be, that this isn't safe, because it's not, right? That it's not a safe sport, but the risk involved, and it's worth it to you, because of the experience, because of the way you're able to challenge yourself and grow. So you have to embrace all of it.
A big part of why I wanted to do this is because of the fear I've always had. Because like I watched someone break their leg in half, so it was like I was like, yeah, I'm never doing that. So I think it was something like to conquer that fear. So I guess I didn't expect it, like the closer that I got to like feel more fear, because I expected to like feel more prepared, and I do feel prepared, but like it's like because it's getting closer, it's becoming more real. The fear is becoming like more. It's more in my mind now,
Sure. I feel like the more you put yourself in these environments, the better relationship you have with that fear. And it doesn't mean that the fear is not going to like come up. As long as you're emotionally invested in the outcome, there's always going to be a sense of fear of what if this goes wrong. It's just understanding that like that is always a possibility. There's always a risk that this couldn't go the way that you plan. But again, everything you want in life is on the other side of vulnerability. So it's like there's only one path. There's only one path to get what you want. You know.
And it's like it's not only like the fear of like getting hurt, because like when I broke my nose, it wasn't like I wasn't in pain or anything. It was just annoying that I couldn't train for so long. So, but it's like the fear of like getting humiliated in front of my friends and like like putting all that time into it, and then